So, this woman that I watch, her name is Nikki. She is a Jamaican female from New York, and she brought something to my attention that at this time I was not, which she brought me back to, that I was not brought me back to where I once was when I first started seeking the Holy Spirit, or shall I say the creator of all things. And I was basically, what's the word? I was basically searching for the Holy Spirit, but I was basically searching for myself. And she was talking about the woman at the well and how Yeshua walked up and asked her for some water. But yet this woman, she had been married 5 times, and the last person that she was with was really not her husband. So basically, spiritually, she was looking for to thirst no more. And this is something that I experienced when I was in a failed relationship, and I said to the Holy Spirit, I can't do it anymore. And I asked the Holy Spirit to come in my life, and I said, Holy Spirit, if you have a better way, please show me. I said, lead me, guide me, mold me how you want me to be. My life is for you to do it as you will. And at this time, I was searching and searching and searching. And my search started like, I would say mid-2016. And I was not in the Bible. I didn't really start the Bible until 2020, but I didn't start studying it or anything like that. But when I was a child, I did go to church. I always wanted to know the truth. So when you are filled with the Holy Spirit and you don't thirst anymore, and usually this fountain of water, this fountain of life that the Holy Spirit gives you, it is a thirst that no one can quench, which means there's no one can quench the love that the Holy Spirit has for whomever it may be. And the Holy Spirit will quench your love thirst to be loved, to be held, to be cradled, to be, in the Spirit, and be fully happy and in tune with the Spirit and be one with the Spirit. So for me, in this failed relationship, this is what happened. I didn't know what was happening, but when I did speak to someone, this person said, the Holy Spirit chose you. And at the time, I didn't understand, because it was a fact. The Holy Spirit did choose me, because in one of my dreams that I had before surrendering, the Holy Spirit chose me before I chose that. And what I saw in my lucid dream was the Son up close and personal. Whether many of you want to believe or not, this is the angel that rises from the east. This is the angel that the Holy Spirit speaks about. This is the angel that's being spoken about in Revelation, that rise in the east with the face of the sun and with a rainbow up over his head, clothed in clouds. So this is the spirit that rises in the east. This is the spirit that says, this is whom is told to go and take the open book from. But I didn't learn all of this until much later, like 20, like I said, I started reading the Bible in 2020. So what I'm saying is that you will not, there is no love like the Holy Spirit gives, is what I'm saying. No love like the Holy Spirit gives. No one can compare on this earth. No wife, no husband, no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no child, no aunt, no uncle, no grandmother, no grandfather, not even the people in churches, not even friends, associates. No one can give the love like the Holy Spirit can give, because it's an overwhelming love that the Holy Spirit gives. And about the end of 2016 is when I really felt the Holy Spirit love around me, and it was so strong that, you know, it made me cry quite a bit, because it was a love that I never felt before, and it was a thirst that was quenched, and it has been quenched ever since end of 2016. So the woman from New York just really brought it home for me when I heard that today on her podcast, talking about the woman at the well, and how the Holy Spirit will quench your thirst, and it's the fountain of life. It's the fountain of love. And then there was some other thing I heard here recently. In between quaking in state and awake, I heard the words, well, I spoke the words, pick up your cross. That's the words I spoke in between quaking state and awake. And I have a tendency of speaking things like that, because in Satan's kingdom, I also spoke the words, I will open the book, which basically means at that time when I was, I had already been immersed into the Bible, and it has already been like I'd say the end of 2021 is when I spoke those words, I will open the book. So just the same as I said, pick up your cross. And this was just recently. This was in between quaking in state and awake. Same thing when I said I will open the book. This was in between quaking in state and awake when I said that. And now I worked with this pastor for a bit of 2 years, and I came to him with a bunch of things and a bunch of dreams. And he would always ask me, well, what do you think? It's not what I think, it's what do you feel? And I've been trying to speak this for a very long time, but a lot of people are not understanding what I'm saying and what I'm sharing. So when the man came to me and asked me if I ever heard of the Seat of Mercy, and before he asked me that, the Holy Spirit sent me a vision, and I drew a chair with emanating light. But then once he read it for me in the Bible, and then he said, you should borrow this person's book, and they have a picture of the Seat of Mercy in it. But beforehand, I had already drew the picture. I didn't even know what the Seat of Mercy looked like, but Holy Spirit always put people in your path for a reason. And this book came from Satan's kingdom. And this was gifted to me from someone, but the person didn't know why they gifted it to me, but they gifted it to me. Also, the King James Bible was also gifted to me as well, because I asked the Holy Spirit, and I wrote down many Bibles, and I said, which book should I have? The Holy Spirit said King James. Then when I went through and when I got to Satan's kingdom, I would say maybe like 1 month, 2019, maybe 1 month or two. I'd say about 2 months when I got there is when I received the King James Bible, and it was a gift as well. It was gifted to me. And then also, this was gifted to me afterwards. This is the book that I received in Satan's kingdom. But I also read another book called Children of the Matrix that spoke about Adam and Eve and how they were light beings before they came to this earth. They were not human looking. They were light beings, like as if when I showed on my drawings, these were the exact beings that I saw. Just the same as I said to you that a light being picked me up out of the tree of life, and I woke up hissing like a cat. I'm saying this because this is all lead to something. This all lead to what I'm here to tell you. And if you can't figure it out, I'm sorry from that point on, because the pastor didn't figure it out, and I've been in his face a good part of 2 years. And I've been sharing so many dreams with him and so many revelations with him that he should have got it. But anyway, so as I'm being picked up and I'm hissing like a cat, and like I said, there's a man that was there 2 days after I drew the 2 light beings, and then there appeared a lion baby cat in the shadows. 2 days later, after I drew that vision, well, it actually wasn't a vision, I just drew it. And this man came in flailing his arms around and said, you know, get away from me. Like I said, I sent a young man to go ask him, what is he swinging at? He said a 2 feet cat. Come back, I said, go ask him what kind of cat it was. He said it was a baby lion. Now I already figured out what was going on because I see the lion there. So I know this spirit is me. So then I also spoke to a young man about, well, actually after that happened, about swinging, for this man to have a contract on his finger by these Luciferian Masons. That baby lion freed him of his contract because it cut the ring right off his finger. Because it's obviously in Satan's kingdom, you can't have jewelry, you can't have this other stuff. But I'm imagining the ring was so tight that they couldn't cut it off his finger. And I'm guessing they didn't want to cut his finger open, but unfortunately, it literally got cut off his finger. Now, if you don't believe what I'm saying, take everything I'm saying right now to the Holy Spirit. Take it to the Holy Spirit. I'm not going to debate. I'm not going to do all this other kind of stuff. You have to take it to the Holy Spirit. But like I said, my word shall stand till the test of time, and it shall stand as the pyramids of Giza. It shall stand as they stand. It will last the test of time, is my words. So I'm asking you to, and I implore you to go to the Holy Spirit and ask if what I speak is true. Now, soon after this, I seen out the corner of my eye a massive pillar, cement pillar inside this room. And as I'm sitting on the throne, I looked out the corner of my left eye and I saw the shadow. This is after 2 years of being in Satan's kingdom. Then I moved to the 4th floor. But by this time, by this 2 years, I've drawn everything that I want. Not that I wanted to draw, but what was shown. So one of the drawings that I did do, and after drawing these 2 beings with a baby lion, the Holy Spirit kept sending me this vision over and over and over again. And it took me 3 days before I decided to do this drawing and this vision that the Holy Spirit sent me. And it was me and a lion up in the clouds. And it took me 3 days to literally sit down and do this drawing, because I was trying to ignore what the Holy Spirit was sending me, but it just kept pushing on me over and over and over again. And I just didn't want to, I had no choice, because the Holy Spirit kept pushing it. And once I drew it, the Holy Spirit let me rest, but the Holy Spirit was not letting me rest. So, let's see. Here it is. This was the vision that the Holy Spirit sent me. All right. And soon after that, the Holy Spirit sent me this vision. And I drew it right after as well. It's me and the lion walking out 2 doors into the clouds. This is what the Holy Spirit sent me. This is the vision. Now, this in particular one has my mirror of me in it, but I didn't put it there. It showed up in the drawing. There is 3 mirrors in these drawings that I didn't put there. As I showed you about the seat, where you can literally see what was told to Moses in Exodus, I will commune with thee from up above the seat of mercy, from in between the 2 cherubim. These are the things that were basically shown to me. And when I drew it, the being literally showed up above the seat that I drew. Like I said, I never saw the seat of mercy. I didn't see the seat of mercy through here yet. I had already drew it before I even got this book. And it was maybe 2 months or so after I made the drawing, after I talked to the guy. And then, actually, I'm gonna take that back. I think after a couple weeks after I made the drawing, I asked if I could see his book. And I saw the seat of mercy, but it wasn't like what I drawn. It's completely different from what I saw in here. But from what I saw in my vision, is what the Holy Spirit showed me. And like I said, in this drawing, the Holy Spirit showed itself to me. And I didn't put him there. He showed his own face. I had nothing to do with that. And I'm an artist, but I'm not that good. So there's the seat of mercy. There's the mercy seat. And if you look right here, you can see the face. I'll get as far as you want. If you want to take a pick a screenshot of it, you're more than welcome to, but you can see the face. Trying to make it to where you'll be able to see it. You can see the face of the Holy Spirit. I didn't put that there. Just the same as this face showed up, the same as my portrait showed up in 3 different drawings. When this happened, it scared the hell out of me. I didn't want to draw anymore. I did not want to draw anymore when I saw my portrait show up 3 times in these drawings. 3 times. So what you see here, this book, this is the Holy Grail. This book is the testimony that it speaks about. This is the book. This is the testimony. This is the very book that's being spoken about in Revelations. The very book. This is the very, very book. Now, I'm going to keep going. Now, after seeing the lion out the corner of my left eye, this lion was this was 2 years later, this lion was 3 years old. By this time, I can see where the mane started to come out from the lion, when the mane really started growing. Because when I got to Satan's kingdom, the lion was 1 year old. By the time I left the 5th floor of Satan's kingdom, the lion was 3 years old. And this was the last time I saw the shadow of the lion. But I know when the lion is there because my leg will tingle, because it lets me know when it's here. Just the same as when I was looking for amulets, and the lion let me know when I got to the lion pendants that I was close. Finally, when I did find this pendant, before I can even read the inscription on it, the lion had already touched my leg to let me know that was it. I liked the pendant, and the lion liked the pendant. We both liked the pendant. And then when I read it, it spoke about the book of 7 seals. Just the same as the very night I wore this to bed. It spoke about, I saw the time of 4:44 in my dream. And when I woke up that day, when I saw 4:44, I looked at the time and it was 3:37. But when I went back to sleep, in my mind's eye, I saw a massive hand, and a small head. Here's a head, and this massive hand doing like this, guiding that head where it needs to go, or where it wants it to go. But it was a massive hand, massive, but a small head being guided. Take what I'm saying, everything I'm saying, to the Holy Spirit. But this is what was shown to me in my vision that day when I woke up. But the Holy Spirit told me what that meant, and that means the 444 that the Holy Spirit was speaking about was the weeping willow. This tree that sits by a body of water, like a lake or a stream. So what I gathered was the Holy Spirit is pouring out its spirit onto flesh, so to speak. I went to something else, but I went to Revelations, and the Holy Spirit was like, that's not it. The Holy Spirit was letting me know it's about the weeping willow. It's about the Holy Spirit pouring His Spirit on flesh. And we're going to get to that in a minute. You'll understand here in a few minutes. But like I said, don't take my word for it. Go to the Holy Spirit about it. I implore you to go to the Holy Spirit about everything I'm saying, because everything I say is truth, and it's going to stand a test of time, just as the pyramids of Egypt has been standing since the beginning. So now, before I left the 5th floor, I drew this picture. And this is going to be very significant in a few minutes when I get done explaining things to you. This is a lion walking in darkness. The Holy Spirit sent me this vision, a lion walking in darkness, but light all around him. And the Holy Spirit sent me this vision, a lion coming out of darkness into light. So these are very significant pictures. These mean quite a bit of what I'm speaking to you. Quite a bit of what I'm speaking to you. So, as I leave the 5th floor, I'm no longer drawing, but just studying. So, I stayed on the 5th floor for about 4 months. Then I moved to the 3rd floor. And I moved to the 3rd floor. I spoke to one young man about the lion that was made to stand, and the lion feathers were plucked, and the lion was given a man's heart. As I spoke to him about this, when it came the next day for the prayer meet, that we would meet every night. Once the lights go out, we would meet every night, and we would do the prayer meet. And constantly, he would not come. After he read about the lion that had been made to stand, I didn't understand why he wasn't coming to the prayer meet. And I kept, I just waited for him to make his move to try to come back, or, see what he was going to do. But he still didn't come. So finally I caught up with him. And I asked him, I said, why are you not coming to the prayer meet? Because in the beginning, when I first came to Satan's Kingdom, I didn't want to go to a prayer meet because there was no loyalty. I seen people, you would sit and eat with them, but the next thing you know, they would share meals with you and everything, and the next thing you know, you become a target. And the loyalty was not there, so therefore I didn't want to be involved with any prayer meet. I didn't get into prayer meets until the last 2 months of me being in Satan's Kingdom, and this is when I literally was talking with 2 young men. So as I'm in this prayer meet, and this young man, he didn't want to come. So by the second week and a half, I approached him. I said, what's going on? I said, why are you not coming to the prayer meeting? He said, well, to be honest with you, when I read about the lion, he said, I had to look at you twice. I had to take a double take because I saw the lion's face on your face. And at this point, I knew, because I had been seeing it the whole time. I mean, not myself seeing it on myself, but seeing it in my dreams, because in one of my dreams, I fell out of the sky and hit the back of a car, hit in the trunk of the car, and then fell on the ground. Looked up and seen a house that looked familiar to me. So I crawled to this house and crawled up the step and knocked on the door. And as 2 women helped me in, they sat me down on the couch and they said, you can rest here for a minute. And then the woman said, but you have to be gone before the sun comes up. So then the woman asked me, the woman said, you used to know who you were before you left here. I said, no, I knew who I was when I was here. This is in my dream. And then she says to me, she said, when you created Adam, I don't understand what took you so long to create me. So then she asked me, she said, look at this picture and tell me what you think. There's a cut around my ankle. She said, do you think this is intentional or is it deliberate? I said it was deliberate. She said, keep watching. And then all of a sudden it changed. It changed like a screen. And I saw a gold lion. And this gold lion swiped with the right paw. Spin to the right. What he was in was like if you ever seen a safari, you see this gold brush that's going up like tall grass or wheat or whatever it is what he's standing in. And all of a sudden when he spun to the right, it's like he was standing on blacktop, like blacktop tar. And it started to rain on him. And the more he got wet, the more his mane got wet, the more flatter it became to his face and his head. And this is when my face appeared on the lion's face. So when the young man told me he saw the lion, this was before I even went to the 5th floor. I was on the 4th floor at this time when that happened, that dream happened. And at this point, when the young man said he's seen the lion's face on my face, I knew he was telling the truth. And then we were in one tank, and then we moved from that tank to another tank because they were cleaning them out and they were painting them and putting cameras up. So we went to the one that had a camera already installed in it. That's when I came across another young man, and by the Holy Spirit's, when the Holy Spirit aligned you with people, another young man that was there with him, this other young man was sleeping on the top bunk, and then he was sleeping on the bottom bunk, the one that ran for me for 2.5 weeks. And this room on the 2nd floor, when we moved from that room to the other room, the room that I was in on the 2nd floor, this is the room I said I will open the book. And then when we moved over to the other room is when I ran into the other young man. And this young man I spoke about the lion that we made to stand, feathers were plucked, and lion was given a man's heart. That same night I spoke to him is the same night his fiance or wife was having a dream of him speaking with a lion, and the lion was speaking in parables. And she said it was so bright around him that she could not see. So she clasped her hands to see if she can have permission to come closer. But each time she tried to come closer, it got brighter and brighter, and the more and more they moved away. I'll show this picture to you again. This was my vision on the 5th floor. I drew this on the 5th floor 6 months prior. I showed this to that man. He couldn't believe it. So I spoke to his fiance or wife on the phone, and she told me that that's what she saw. So I have receipts because I have the letter here, what he written in this book. So, and these men were on top. These two young men I spoke to, they both had something to do with the lion. I mean, they both experienced the lion with me another time. In that same room we moved in on the 2nd floor. I'm sleeping, I'm having a lucid dream. There's a mountain in front of me. Then there appeared a hammer in my hand. So I took the hammer and I threw it at the mountain wouldn't crumble. But when I roared, the mountain crumbled. That same morning when I woke up, 8 feet away from me, this man woke up out of his sleep singing the Lion King, the song of the Lion King. What am I saying to you? What am I saying to you? Take it to the Holy Spirit. Take everything I said, everything I've spoken. Take it to the Holy Spirit. I've shown you. You've seen it. You've seen it. Now that my word is getting out, now that I'm reaching many people, you've seen it. You've seen exactly what I'm showing you. You've seen exactly. So what am I saying? I don't think I have to really say much more. Take it to the Holy Spirit. That's all I'm going to say. My word will stand the test of time, just as the pyramids of Giza. Take it to the Holy Spirit. This is me revealing myself to you. This is me pouring out my spirit onto all flesh on this planet. This is who I am. This is why the weeping willow was there. Because it is me pouring my spirit out on the world. In the Bible, it speaks about chapter 21. It speaks about the new heaven and the new earth. And the new heaven and the new earth has no need for the sun or the moon. And the Holy Spirit sent me a vision. No, not a vision, but I asked the Holy Spirit, I said, Holy Spirit, if your entirety is within me, I said, I need you to prove it to me. Within 2 weeks, I received a video because the King James speak differently. But this other one spoke in a term that I can understand. So it speaks that the earth, the new heaven and the new earth need not the sun or the moon, for the Lamb and the Holy Spirit is the light. Which I understood that, but I asked the Holy Spirit, if your whole entirety being is within me, I need you to prove it to me. And then the Holy Spirit sent me a video within 2 weeks. And it was of Revelations. It was of Revelations 21. And then I heard the words that the Lamb is the lamp, and the Holy Spirit, God, is the light. So the light goes within the lamp. So that means that the Holy Spirit's entirety, its whole fiber, its being is within me. If you don't believe what I'm saying, take it to the Holy Spirit. If you do not believe what I'm saying, take it to the Holy Spirit. My words will stand the test of time. This book is the testimony This book is about me. Revelations is about me. It is about me sealing the 12 tribes. It is about me bringing judgment upon the earth. It is about me releasing the 4 winds upon the earth. It is about me starting the judgment upon the earth, opening the 7 seals. So if you don't believe what I'm saying, I'm telling you who I am. Take it to the Holy Spirit. If you don't believe me, take it to the Holy Spirit. Because I'm around a pastor for 2 years speaking this stuff, and he's still, I'm in his face. I'm right in his face. And he still didn't know me. He still didn't see me. So the Holy Spirit removed me from him because he didn't see me. Not only that, he was tested and he failed his test. But not only that, he was not loyal. He showed no loyalty to anyone. If you were a way of someone who, like a carpenter that can drywall, that can do plumbing, do all these different things. If your skills are not as broad, you are obsolete. So he failed his test, just the same as these men that prayed for me. They were a test as well. Because when they came with this no man knows the day or the hour, but they didn't see me. The man never even gave me a chance. My words will stand the test of time. My words will stand the test of time. They are rock solid, just as the pyramids of Giza. If you do not believe, take it to the Holy Spirit. This is the one. No. All subscribers, new subscribers, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you have came to my channel, because it was a time I wanted to just give up because the words that I was trying to get out, I've been holding on to this book for so long. For so long, over 3 years, I have been trying to get this out for people to hear my story, to hear what I've been through and what I've seen, what the Holy Spirit has shown me. The Holy Spirit has been with me the entire time, just as many of you. But I'm no one special. I just have a different title than those that are on this world. So, I've been trying to get my story out, but for some reason, YouTube or algorithms are not getting to the right people for my story to get out. But now you have the story. Now you have the whole story. Now you know that I have the testament that's written about in the Bible. Now you know that what was supposedly for Moses in Exodus was not really for Moses. It was for me. Take what I say to the Holy Spirit. Learn to love each other like you love yourself. Learn to live. Learn to forgive and let live and let go. For this is really your salvation. For if you do not do these things, you will not get on that boat, and you will not come into the Holy Spirit's house. I've done my job. I've done what I was supposed to do. Now it's up to you to take it to the Holy Spirit. For if this video has reached you, it was meant for you to see it. And if this video and the audio is clear and it's high and it's not muzzled, that means it was time for it to come out. So I've done what I needed to do. Till next time. Old subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for responding, pushing out my message, everything you've done for me. I'm greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Because I wanted to give up. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to give up. And I'm glad I didn't. Thank you. From the bottom of the fiber of my being, thank you. The one